Ty and Lay's Take today. I'm so excited to be here with you guys. We have an amazing show. We have an amazing interview with a Black business owner because it is Black Business Month. We have experiences that we've experienced together. Me and Ty, we got to experience something pretty incredible. I can't wait to tell you guys about it. Ty has his picks. We, of course, have our real takes, and he's always going to bring us our trending today tea. So I am so excited to be here with you all. Tyler, how are you doing?
I am good. I'm still at that event at Ford Field, even though she was here like a couple of days ago. So I can't wait to talk about that.
I'm so excited to jump into our experience and how it ties into our training today too. So this is gonna be a good show. So with that being said, say it again.
I said it's a jam-packed show, and I think we should just dive right into our random real takes.
Yes, I'm so excited to get into our real takes. Okay, so with that being said, Ty, I got a good one for you. It's actually really simple, short and sweet. 2 words. Well, 3. Loyalty or respect? Which one were you picking?
See, I think the two go hand in hand. So, like, if you're not loyal to somebody, whether that's a friend, a family member, or a partner, if there's no loyalty, then there more than likely isn't no respect either. So I don't think this is a fair question, and I want to know, was this another conversation in the break room?
This is actually, it's funny you say that because was not a break room conversation. Shout out to my coworkers because they give me a lot of content. But this was actually an Instagram thing, scrolling on Instagram, and this was one of the questions that were posed. So I was like, you know what? I gotta know what Ty thinks. I gotta know. So are you taking respect or loyalty?
If I gotta pick one, I'm picking respect, because if you're disrespectful and just nasty and negative and toxic, but that ain't gonna work. If you're not loyal or as loyal as you should be, then I feel like that's something that can be worked on, depending on the circumstance, of course.
I agree. I agree. I agree with respect. A little bit different reasoning though. I feel like with respect, for me, I want respect over everything, because I feel like you can be loyal to someone to a fault. So it's like, if someone respects you, they'll be careful with the loyalty that you give them, because sometimes you can be loyal off a cliff. You know what I mean? Sometimes people call themselves loyal and find themselves in very unhealthy, toxic situations because they're loyal. Versus if you're with someone that respects you, and I'm talking friendship, this is all relationships. If you're with someone that respects you, they're going to be careful about your boundaries of loyalty. They will never lead you somewhere or ask you to be loyal to something that's not healthy because they respect you. So respect for me is everything. I'm taking respect over love. I'm taking respect over loyalty. I'm taking respect over everything. Respect. RESPECT. Okay, I'm Aretha Franklin to y'all. Shout out to Detroit.
Family, they're no longer fighting about her will. I think they're things right down a little bit.
That's the real tea. Okay. Sorry, now, Ty. This next one is a good one. Who do you let borrow money?
Nowadays, ain't nobody borrowing money unless it's my mama. And she don't even got to borrow. She could just have it. So I had somebody hit me up, and they asked me, it was somebody I went to school with, and they knew that I went to the concert, and they were like, yeah, I don't mind scooping you or whatever, taking you, giving you a ride. And I said, I'll pay you gas money. I would rather give gas money to somebody that I know and help them directly than have them have to get paid like based off of like a Uber or a Lyft or a rideshare app. So they gonna tell me that, oh yeah, yep, just meet up with me after the concert. They were at the concert, and like, you saw all them people. There was no way you were gonna find an Uber or a Lyft easily.
No.
Without walking, because I had to get dropped when I got out of the car to the concert. I walked several blocks.
Yes.
So they were like, "Oh yeah, that's not a problem." Da 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 da. They gave me an amount. Then had the audacity to be like, "Oh, well, my insurance expired and I shouldn't really be out here driving. You think you can let me hold $70 till I make it back by giving people Uber rides? I said, and then went to a mutual friend and was like, do you know Tyler had X amount of money? And I asked him if I could hold it till I made it back for my insurance, and he had the money and wouldn't give it to me. We're no longer friends. We're associates or acquaintances now.
Because you didn't give them the money?
Huh?
Because you didn't give the person the money? They said that you were associates?
Yes! Wow. I ain't paying your insurance. Who I look like? What I look like? I'll be damned.
Need a sugar daddy.
You gonna pay your own insurance, or I'm gonna call Uber and Lyft and be like, yo, this driver ain't supposed to be driving. His tag's expired, yo. Don't try me. So at this point, nobody is borrowing money unless you're my mom. Hey, mom.
That's hilarious to me. That's actually hilarious because that's crazy. How that there were so many things wrong with that scenario. But the fact was the most mind-boggling thing to me is because you didn't pay the insurance. Now y'all are associates. So
I think they were confused because I had mentioned to them, well, first of all, I don't never tell nobody how much money I have in my bank account.
That's the one.
So I think they might have confused. You know, communication is key with anything, friendship, relationship, wherever. And I think what they misunderstood was, and we're going to talk about the concert later, so I can't give away all the details, but I had told them how much I paid for my ticket. And they took it as that's how much money was in my bank account.
Then they don't understand how a purchase works because it's gone. You bought it on the ticket.
So they were like, oh, he paid this amount of money for the concert. And I was like, you sound crazy, because who's out here telling how much is in their bank account? Where did they do that at? You don't tell, no. There's so many things wrong with this. It's only 8 minutes, almost 8 minutes into the show. And this is
we're probably like, but see, this is the thing though, Ty. This is the thing. You know what? I feel like I'm gonna be judged for this. And this could have been a real take, honestly. You have to be careful about, I feel like in life you outgrow broke friends.
Ooh.
So like I feel like, and there's a difference between a broke friend and a friend that's just down on times, hard times. You understand what I'm saying? But like someone, I feel like in college we was all broke. You know, ain't nobody had no money. We was all chasing a dream, chasing our education, or just that. Not, I won't even say in college. I feel like there's a phase like in your early 20s, late teens, early 20s, where you get that struggle bus period, right? But then it comes a point where it's like, we're not where we want to be, but certain things, like you should be handling your business. Like, and that does not mean that things don't happen. So don't get me wrong. But it's like when you hit a certain level financially, it's just certain things I don't want to deal with. Like, that's crazy. It's not that I wouldn't give my friend money, but the fact that you went from being a friend to an associate because you didn't give them the money, that tells me that that was never your friend to begin with. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, and I feel like that person was taking advantage of you. I think there's a difference between, like, if I called you and I was like, Ty, I really need your help. I need $20 on gas, right? I would be like, okay, Ty, like, I got you. You know what I'm saying? But it would be a difference if it's like, oh, I just went to the club, I went to the store, I went to the mall, and now I don't got no money for gas. Okay, you playing broke people games. You should have handled your business first. You didn't went to the club, all this other stuff, but you didn't get no gas. Like, your priorities are not in order. I think I won't say broke. I'll say broke tendencies. You grow out broke tendencies. It's not so much about what you have in your pocket. It's more so about the decisions that you make. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't be in the club buying shots for everybody, but then when we leave, now you're talking about you need gas money. That's the broke tendencies that I'm talking about. Or don't talk about going to Jamaica and your water bill's not due, or your water bill's not paid and it's due. That's like it comes a point where you got to make sure all your ducks are in a row, all your things are being taken care of. That's broke tendencies. And I feel like you have to outgrow broke people tendencies and the broke people around you that have those tendencies. You got to get rid of them.
So is broke is broke an actuality, or is broke just a mindset?
I feel like a broke person would say it's just a mindset. I just look. I'm being messy now. But no. On a serious note, I do feel like broke is a mindset per se. But I think that your mindset is so important because your actions follow. People who don't want to be broke, and I'm not talking about. I want to be perfectly clear. I'm not talking about people who aren't extended opportunities. I'm not talking about people that are working very hard to get where they want to be, but they don't have it right now. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about somebody that's just down on their luck or they're on the come up. I'm not talking about that because I'm not rich. You know what I'm saying? I can't just hop a flight and go somewhere. I'm not in that level yet. But I work hard. You know, I try to save and learn financial responsibility. I'm actually looking at books. If you know any good financial books about investing, saving, how to become a millionaire, please let me know. That's my plug because I've been reading a lot more and trying to self grow. So I'm not talking about someone that's actually building themselves up. I'm talking about broke people who are taking advantage and just trying to finesse the system when I say system, I just mean whether that's people, whatever the case may be, finesse in life versus really hitting the pavement and working hard. Like, don't call me and you don't have a job, you've not been looking for a job, but you want some money. I'm not here for that. Like, I tell my cousins too. I'm sorry, I'm going low key. This just turned to Lay's rant. I told my little cousins, like my cousins that are doing things, like they're working hard, they're in school, they're building up to try to do whatever they want to do, and they have real goals and ambition. I will help you. If it's a book you need me to buy for college, I will help you. If you're trying to build a business, I will help you. I will put you in a place. I will have you on my podcast. I'm here to support you. But don't call me and you're not doing nothing. You're not getting my money. You're not getting my time. You're not getting my effort because you're not doing anything. You have broke people tendencies. Get away from me. It's toxic and it's contagious. Go ahead, Ty.
All right, and I got a book for you too. It's called "Get Good with Money" by Tiffany Alashay.
Oh,
You need
yes.
to follow her. She is on Instagram. I think it's the Budgetnista, but she talks about how she transitioned from being really, really, really extremely in debt, and it's got a whole breakdown and financial tools and resources, and your boy's credit score is going up. So shout outs to the Budgetnista. We need to get her on the show. I've been trying. But maybe Layy can make that work.
Yes, no, I wanna try to get. I want to read her book, and we need to have her on the show so I can learn more. But
so go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say I love that. Only mama can borrow money from you, and not even borrow; she can have it. Everybody else get a job.
Exactly. And if Layy needs something, then that's different too. I don't want to be like just mom.
No, it's about where you are in life for me.
It is,
and what you're doing.
So pay your own car insurance because I ain't paying it. That's my memo. Speaking of toxic, Layy, are open relationships toxic?
I think so. I actually just read this quote. Or heard this quote. Can't remember if I read it or if it's something I heard. But the person said, if you can be friends with your ex, you are either still in love or you were never in love. Ooh. And I feel like this kind of ties into that because I feel like if you can have an open relationship, it's either you're so in love with the person that you're letting them get what they want, and that's that loyalty to a fault type of ordeal that you really don't necessarily want an open relationship, but you're staying with that person and giving them what they want because you love them that much, or you're not in love with the person you're in a relationship with. There's some type of other benefit going on here. Either they putting it down right, the bills are getting paid good, y'all eating good, y'all vacationing good. I just feel like I personally feel like an open relationship it's toxic, it's not healthy. So I think it's toxic. I feel like you're not in love. Like, I just don't think that you can be in love and have an open relationship.
Mm.
What do you think?
So I'm gonna turn the table and shift it just a little.
Okay.
Um, so say the first person that you had sex with,
Okay.
do you
Go ahead.
so that's my question. So then that being said, do you feel like that's a bond that you'll always share with somebody, or is it deaded and that person is nowhere to be found and you don't want to be friends with that person?
Honestly, I feel like it depends on the person and the situation and the experience. Like, I feel like I think that question is situational, because I feel like with certain situations, some people, I've met women who have had sex before with their first person, and it was just sex. It didn't mean that much, so they can still be cool. It wasn't. It was what it was. It was just an experience. I've met some women who actually had a relationship with the person. They really, really loved them, and they went there, and it ended terribly. And now, because it ended so terribly, they don't want anything to do with the person. And I've met people who have had that experience and are still cool today. So I guess it depends. For me personally, I'm more of a door, you're in or you're out. I don't
Mm.
do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be your friend. I'm cool on being your friend. Like, I don't want to, because I think it's just unhealthy. Like, why are we friends?
But
If we're getting along that good, why are we not still together?
would you like unplug, remove completely, or would you still like
Absolutely.
check in from time to time, or would you
Absolutely
still
not.
would you follow them on Instagram?
No.
Oh, Lay. Okay, so we're tackling this a little differently. So to answer the original question, I don't think I could be somebody in an open relationship. And it's not, I'm not saying like, at the end of the day, do you, boo. If it works for you and it's positive and healthy and the oomph is oomphing, then you can enjoy, do
Absolutely.
you. But I think for me, I think it's a more of a maturity thing. I can sit here, or I'm still friends with my first boyfriend.
Okay.
Um, and it's not like that. Like, I'm still cool with his mom. His mom still asks about me, but at the end of the day, this was somebody that I experienced something intimate with, and we have both changed significantly. This was like baby Tyler. So I still wish you the best. I still, follow you on social media, but I'm mature and know that, that was a season, and I don't wish you no ill and no malice, but we're just not each other's person.
Okay, well, I
And
have a question, and I don't want to pry.
mhm,
So please tell me, Lacey,
ask
not on
away.
camera. Okay. Um,
You're gonna be editing this video before it airs.
so if when you say first boyfriend, is this like your first real boyfriend where you like took it to the next level? Or is this like somebody like in high school that like the first guy you were out in the open with, like out of the I don't even know if you were ever in the closet. We never talked about that, Tyler. But anyway, like that you were open about.
So it
In the
was
closet. I shouldn't say in the closet because I don't like that term. More like that you were public. That's better. That you were public about your.
so it was the first guy that I had sexual interactions with.
Okay. 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 So I just want to clarify because I was gonna say, well, I have boys in like middle school and high school that I still have relationships with, but they it's just we were kids.
So I just think it's a maturity thing. Are open relationships toxic? They very well can be. I wouldn't know because I've never been in one. Um,
I like that.
I just want one partner in a family.
I
Um,
just never met I just show me a healthy open relationship where all parties are happy. Because I
yeah.
feel like You got it. If there's 3 people or 4 people or however you're doing your openness, somebody's catching feelings. Somebody does not want this equation. Somebody wants you for themselves. There's no way that you're openly dating out here and I'm openly dating out here and nobody's feelings are getting hurt. Even if it's not the 2 people in the relationship, like you could be hurting other people. Like, you get what I mean? I just don't see that. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, if it works, it works. It's not for me. But
No, I feel like if you kind of touching on what you said about like maturity, I feel like if the situation was healthy, maybe we can walk away from it. And when I see you, I'm not like I don't see you, right?
mhm.
But I feel like I don't need to know what's going on in your everyday life. The people I follow on my social media, I care about what they're doing. I'm learning from them. They make me laugh. But what do I need to know what's going on in your life?
Also, I think it's important to point out that even though I said it's a maturity type of issue, I think it's also if you're dating somebody and they're not comfortable with it, then I feel like if you're about that person and about the relationship that you and that person have, then I think if your partner's not comfortable with it, then you probably shouldn't be hanging out and going out for drinks and hanging out with your ex. I think it you got to make sure that you're being honest, and then it comes back to what we discussed earlier in previous episodes: communication, honesty, maturity, making sure that your partner or the other person's feelings are accounted for and acknowledged. So I just think it depends on the situation.
Okay. 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 Well, okay, I have one question and then we're gonna have to move on. Do you if you had a boyfriend now and
Okay.
he said to you, I don't want you to be friends with your ex. And the person says to you, oh wait, let me flip it. You tell your boyfriend is with an ex or friends with an ex.
Mhm.
And you tell them that you're not really comfortable with that. And they say to you, well, I'm not gonna stop being friends with him.
Mm. Then
Do you,
I would
are they still in love?
then I would definitely question and be like, something don't sound right. Something ain't seem right.
That's what, cause I just feel like friendship is a very deep relationship. Like it's not, it's not an intimate relationship in a sexual sense, but I feel like a real friendship it can be intimate. It can be close knit. And I feel like it can cause the reason why some friendship cause issues in relationships is because they're just as deep. They can get deep.
Mhm.
But
So
maybe I'm wrong.
are we going in? Takers chime in with chime in with our thoughts. Takers chime in with your thoughts. Let us know in the comments. You can comment on YouTube, Facebook, tweet us at Ty and Lay's Take. We're on Threads because we be threading. I don't know. That's just mind you. We only got one thing posted on Threads, but we are on
But we're
Threads.
building it up.
It's a work in progress, just like the TikTok. Because I'm still waiting for I'm waiting for the barn. I'm waiting for the workout up and down the stairs downtown at these
Oh
parking
Lord.
garage.
Oh Lord.
I'm waiting.
Anyways.
Tap dances with Jay Boogie never happened, so I'm just lost. We got to be following through on our promises, and I say ours because it's joint promises.
I
Like,
know. I'm not right. I'm not right. I love y'all though, takers. Well, speaking of love, speaking of love, when you're in a relationship, does a person's sexual history matter?
I mean, well, what do you mean?
So when I say does the person's sexual history matter, like is it important to know how many partners your person has had, um, any of their like sexual health history?
I ain't gonna hold you up. At one point in my life, Tyler kept a note on his Apple. What am I can't even talk today. A note on my apps on my phone, and it's called Important Dates, and it has what happened, what date, and who it was with. I mean,
Okay. You got a journal. You got a sex history journal. I like it. Okay.
I don't think the number necessarily matters, like your whole lifetime number, but I think it goes back to what we discussed on last weekend's episode, where you should definitely know your status and don't be out here just going out, getting lit, bringing home whomever and whoever because you want a body next to you. Because that's risky. That's different. But I think being open and honest, like if your partner or somebody that you're dating asks you, like, hey, just out of curiosity, when was the last time you had sex with somebody? I think the moment of honesty and truth starts there. So if you're hesitant about answering that question, or it makes you uncomfortable, or you could tell that your partner is lying to you, or somebody that you're dating is like, "Hmm, I don't know, or I don't really remember the last person, or I'm not sure." Like you could tell when somebody's not being truthful. And I think just be honest. If you honestly don't know, give an approximate time, or you, go to the clinic and get tested together. Make it a thing. Go get tested together and then go out for drinks and apps and happy hour. Or let's break the stigma of not knowing or lying about our statuses.
I like that.
Protect yourself, protect your partner, protect your hookup.
Which is illegal to lie
It
about
is.
that, by
It,
the way. It's
it
illegal.
most definitely is. Um,
Okay, Ty, that was okay.
So just be aware. Like I'm corny, Tyler. Make it
Oh,
cute.
okay. So no, that's not corny. That's real. So
Make
okay,
it a test. Make it a test date, and you can go get tested
that's cute
together.
though. I mean, I think that that's really important, and people need to understand that it's important to know the other person's status, like, and be healthy because at the end of the day, some of these things don't go away. You'll have them forever, and
Mhm.
so it's best to protect yourself um as best as you can. And some people say, "Well, I don't want to know," but you should want to know because it could save your life and someone else's, depending on, or you can manage it, or whatever the case may be. So just be aware of what's going on with your body because you only get one. So and protect it. And if somebody really loves you, they're gonna want to protect you too. So I agree with that. But I do have to ask. So you said the number doesn't matter, just status. But if a person told you, like, if you were talking to this guy and he just volunteered, like, well, I've been with 150 guys, that wouldn't turn you off. That wouldn't be like it wouldn't bother you at all. You would just be like, oh, okay, that's cool. I guess you experienced and know what to do. It
Mm.
would not bother you at all.
It would make me question, but then I'd also be like, you know, how are you? Like, what were you going through in life, or what was happening and occurring in your life at that period of time, where you know, or were you just trying to be free spirited and have fun and live life? I'm I'm not gonna sit here and judge and ridicule you, because who's to say that like your life experiences and what you've been through in your life is different than what I've been through. And I'm not, is it a turn off? No. Is it a turn on? Absolutely not. And would I would just, I guess the journalist in me would want to know, like, I would want to just like have that heart to heart conversation and be like, you know, I don't, I would, it wouldn't turn me off, but it would not turn me on.
It would turn me
Um,
off. I'm just be honest. I'm just gonna keep it all the way real. I would be turned off. I would be like,
like turned off to the point where you're like, this ain't gonna work.
I would.
The door.
First of all, if I'm being completely honest, because full disclosure, not everyone has had a long history. I don't have a long history. So like to know that you've been with all these people, it's kind of intimidating to people who don't have all this history, not even on like a health level, but maybe on a performance level. Like, wow, that's a lot of people. Do some people might feel like, do I measure up to what you can that you even know that you do? Like, whatever, like can I even satisfy you?
Mm.
Depending on where we are in the relationship. But let's say I was in a relationship with a guy and then he told me that once I was already in love, whatever, or loved him. maybe that could build maybe some insecurities. I don't know. I've never been with someone that has admitted that to me, so I can't say what I would say or feel in real life, because everyone says they'll do something, but you never know what would really happen. But I'm gonna say, just listening, I would probably be like 150 people. Like, ew. Like, why would you do that? That's a lot of people. That is a lot of people. I'm sorry.
I also know people that don't know their number. And I think that is scary if we're being
all of that is, because it's like, really, like that's a lot. And it's not so much of a judgment thing. It's just more so like, okay, if that's how you rock, that's cool. But that's not really, that's not a turn on to me. Like that's are you control? I would like, are you addicted? Like, that's a lot of people.
Ooh, Lace, now we're talking about a whole addiction. Oh my God.
150 people, and we in our early 20s or middle 20s. That's a lot. But hey, as long as you're healthy, that's all that matters. I would not ask. I wouldn't, and that's why I wouldn't want to know. So my answer to this question is no. I don't want to know. I don't want. I'm not going to ask you because I don't want to know.
Okay, fair enough.
Don't ask what you don't want to know. I don't want to know, because if you tell me and you say the wrong thing, or you say something that makes me feel like I don't want to know. It's not my business. As long as it's all in the past and you have a clean bill of health, or I know what's going on here, we good. I don't need to know.
All right, Takers, halfway through the show, and it is getting hot.
Yes, it is.
Is it time to transition to trending?
No.
I don't know the order.
we got way more to do. Ty trying to get rid of y'all. So listen, I had the pleasure, and it's my fault because I've been talking too much, but y'all know how I do. I love y'all takers. I had the pleasure to sit down with the owner of Wizdom Apparel, which is a Christian clothing line, and he was able to tell me about his vision, how it came to light. Aaron was a joy to talk to, and I'm so excited to be able to share what we were able to discuss. So you guys just sit back, because we're going to let this interview play. And then when we come back, we got to tell you about some experiences that me and Ty had. And let me tell you, it was a beautiful experience. So I'm super excited to get into that. And we got to get into Ty's take picks as well. So I'm super excited.
Absolutely. And real quick, Detroit was not on mute. That's all I have to say. If we being honest. But I'm so excited to see this. I'm so excited to see your interview, Lay. I gotta give me some merch.
Yes, I'm super excited. So with that being said, let's see what Aaron had to say. Hey, I'm so excited to hear all about your brand, which is called Wizdom Wear. So tell me, what is Wizdom Wear, and how did you come up with the name? What inspired you to start Wizdom Wear?
Well, it happened about in the year of, I want to say 2007. I was over my dad's house, and I was laying in my dad's bed. And while I'm in the bed, I get a wake up call, not from alarm clock, but I woke up and my dad had a plastic fish on his dresser. And he also had some change on his dresser. So I heard loud and clear in my voice, take the coins and put it in the fish's mouth. So I'm looking around like, it's only me and my dad in there sleep on the couch. So if I'm going crazy, then I'm going crazy with my dad in the other room. So I take the coin and put it in the fish's mouth. Then I hear Matthew 17:27 drops in my spirit. Well, I turn to Matthew 17:27, and it speaks about Peter asking Jesus, do we pay taxes? Jesus tells him, go in the lake, find the first fish in his mouth, you'll find a coin. Jesus tells Peter, pay my taxes and pay yours as well. So the foundation of Wizdom Wear represents double blessings, because Jesus could have told Peter, hey, find the first fish, pay my taxes. But he told Peter, pay mine and yours as well.
So that scripture, Matthew 17:27, is kind of the basis of Wizdom Wear.
Yes.
Love that. Okay, so kind of touched on it a little bit. So tell me the fish in the coin, and how did you come up with the design itself?
Well, I thought about in the passage of scripture where Jesus said that you'll find a coin in the fish's mouth. So I had a person that did the art. I told him, my mind, your design. So I told him exactly what I wanted and how I wanted it. And I told him I wanted him to read the scripture as well, so he can kind of get an understanding of what I was saying and then kind of get a vision of seeing it through scripture. So when I did tell him what I want, he put it together. I'm wearing I don't know how clear you can see it, but
Yeah.
I have the design on my hat right there with the fish with the coin in his mouth, and then design right here on the polo shirt. But I don't know, it might be a little blurry or whatever.
Oh
But
no, it's clear, and I'll show some
oh, cool.
pictures as well of
Okay, okay.
of the logo and everything, so our viewers will be able to see, takers will know, and I love it. So tell me, how can we find your brand? How can we find you?
Well, I have a website, and it's a real long one. It's so long, I don't even know it by heart, but I have a website that I will have posted on there. And as far as how do they receive the product, I tell people, if you're close to me, we can do a face-to-face meeting and I can have the product right there. If you stay out of state, then I do the own delivery. I go to the post office myself and I have it delivered to you at your doorstep.
I love that. Okay, and then so do you? I'm sure you have more designs than just the hat and the shirt that you have. So you have other things that
Oh,
you.
absolutely, absolutely. Matter of fact, right here in front of me, here's another one of my hats with the WW. That's a green and white cap. I have different type style caps. This is a white cap, but this is the one.
Oh, you cut out on me, Aaron. I think you hit your mute button.
This is the gray and black cap with the logo on it. And here's another WW. It's a black and yellow WW, as you can see. And then I have the yellow cap with the WW. I also have other colors. I didn't bring all the colors. I have, purple, all green. You can mix and match, the hats with the t-shirts that I have. And I came out with I call it the swag t-shirt. It's on the back, swag, SWAG. That's my swag Wizdom wear t-shirt.
Love that. And I think I seen that one. That's the one I want. I want the sweat.
Yeah.
That's the one I want.
Did
So
you tell me a color? Did you give me a color?
I didn't get the color yet. I didn't get the color. I gotta think about it. But that's the one I
Okay.
want for sure. Because I want the swag. I want the swag.
I got you.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So let's talk a little bit about you. We talked about the brand. Let's talk about you. So, Aaron, where are you from?
Everybody asks me that. I feel like I'm gumbo. I'm from everywhere. I'm from East Cleveland, Ohio.
Hey.
I spent my prime in Oakland, California, and I'm now residing in Texas, the DFW area, Dallas-Fort Worth.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So yeah, you've definitely been all over the place. Okay.
Yeah.
So did you grow up in church? Are you what? Because I know this is a Christian brand, right? Obviously,
Right.
with Matthew 17. So tell me, did you always grow up in church? Are you a preacher's son? Tell me, what was your childhood like?
It's funny you asked that because I tell people I have one of the strangest, well, I won't say strange, I'll just say different upbringings. I grew up in a pulpit. I started off in a pulpit in elementary school at a very, very young age. I was the one that would bring the pastor the word of God and set it on the pulpit where he was going to preach at. So, and I sat up in the pulpit at a very young age. And then I became prodigal. I went out into the world as I got older to kind of sniff, and see what life was about at a young age. And then at a grown age, I walked back into the ministry. I served as a minister at the Word Church, Cleveland, Ohio. I served there for some times, and that's when I began to really truly understand ministry. And I began to study the word and teach the word and preach the word. And I love it. I love it.
Yes, I love that. So it's in you, not on you. I love
It's in me. It's embedded. It's stitched and niched.
I love that. Well, okay, so Aaron, tell me, what do you want our takers to know about your brand? What do you want them to take away when they think of wisdom wear? What do you want them to think?
One of the main things I want them to understand is it's not just something you're wearing, but it's something you're putting on. Like, the full armor, it's something that's meaning. It's not just, hey, I throw a t-shirt on or I throw a cap on, but it's meaning behind it. Like I said, the foundation of it is double blessings. I mean, it's something you're wearing, not just as a brand, but as a blessing. That's how I look at it. That's how I feel. That's how I believe that wisdom wear is, again, not just a brand, but a blessing.
I love that. Not a brand, but a blessing. That's amazing. Well, Aaron, I just want to say thank you so, so much for taking the time to teach us and let us know what your brand is about. If you guys, takers, or if you're interested in wisdom wear, if you want to learn more about it, if you want to purchase, we will make sure there's a link in the description box and we'll put that across the screen here so you guys know where to go when it's time to purchase that wisdom wear. And I'm waiting on my swag t-shirt. I want my swag t-shirt. It's
I got you covered. I got you coming and covered. I got you. Trust me, I got you. And one of my mottos I like to say about wisdom wear is we're getting this out one fish at a time. And we wanted to travel from state to state, from city to city, from country to country. Wisdom wear, one
yeah.
fish at a time.
All right, you guys heard it here first. Aaron, thank you so, so much again. This is absolutely amazing. And y'all be sure to check out Wisdom Wear because it has a beautiful meeting. And I'm excited to get my shirt because I'm getting my shirt.
Thank you so much. And I thank you for inviting me, for having me.
Absolutely. All right, takers. All right, you guys heard it from Aaron, one fish at a time. That interview was absolutely amazing. He's amazing. I love his brand, the meaning behind his brand. It's really powerful and I really liked him. He had such a great vibe. I'm so happy that we got to bring him on the show for Black Business Month, which is this month. So absolutely incredible. I just want to show you guys some of his products. So there is one of his shirts, the WW, and I know he showed a few things on the show, or I mean on the interview on the show. And then the green hat, super cute. His swag t-shirt is great. You guys have to check him out. It's so cute. It's an acronym. It's so cute. And then here is just his flyer, coming to your city, state, and country, one fish at a time. It's really dope. He's dope. The brand is dope. So make sure you guys go out there and check him out. You will not regret it. So thank you, Aaron, again so much for coming on the show. I enjoyed our interview. Ty, what did you think?
Yes, great job. I see you out here. You talked a lot about getting your shirt.
Yeah,
I want my shirt too,
I
though.
know. We gotta send him our sizes because it was great. He was so genuine, and I love talking to him about his brand because he's super passionate, and that's what you look for in good small business owners' passion. So
Absolutely. So if you're a small business owner and you're interested in coming on the show, please feel free to reach out to Layy or myself. And yeah, I just love it. I'm all about, we both are all about supporting small businesses and just the inspiration and the meaning behind it. And it's so dope that it's also Black Business Month as well. So
absolutely, I totally agree. And with that being said, Ty, I want to know some of your picks because it's time to get into some Ty picks. But we also it's so much we need to do. We need to talk about our experience. We need to talk about the picks. So let's do Ty picks first, and then we can talk about our amazing, beautiful experience. So Ty, tell me what you picking this month.
Absolutely. So I'm pulling out the Layy. I got the rundown. The rundown has made a return.
Yes.
So I'm super excited to be able to dive into these topics. Layy told me that I had to talk about this one. So up first is Tory Lanez, and of course, we've been following it. It's been, I can't believe it's been over. I think, when did this even all start? It started back in 2020. So it was recently announced earlier this week that he was sentenced to 10 years in prison after being found guilty of shooting hip hop superstar Megan Thee Stallion in her foot after a party, which basically, this has been an ongoing high profile case. People have been talking about it one way or the other. People have been voicing about how they feel. And, I think for me, it's important to point out that like prosecutors called this whole entire thing repeated and grotesque attacks, and basically saying that Megan Thee Stallion was subjected to just all of these different things. And I don't know, I don't have a personal viewpoint on it, but justice has been served. I know there were claims that so much to unpack. Claims were brought up indicating that Tory may have an alcohol abuse disorder, anxiety, and post-traumatic stress from the unexpected death of his mother when he was 11. Prosecutors did address those claims as well, indicating that the case has nothing to do with mental illness and that he shot Megan because she bruised his ego. Lay's face is saying it all.
I have no comment.
Tory is he said that if he could change it, he would, but I can't. Everything I did that night, I take full responsibility. The biggest thing I want to point out here in this trending today is that LA Superior Court Judge David Hereford said, "Sometimes good people do bad things. Actions have consequences, and there are no winners in this case." Lay's ready to hit the next banner button. So that's that story. And now people are asking, will Tory be deported back to Canada?
Maybe. Maybe. I mean, we'll make him do 10 years, then deport him. I don't know. I feel like they should have just deported him. You don't think that's a double? Well, no, I don't think the country looks at deportation as a punishment, like sending you home. So he might. I don't know. I guess we're going to have to see after 10 years. He probably won't actually serve 10 years, though. He'll probably only do like 5 with good behavior.
Maybe. All right. Moving on up to the east side. Billy Porter is talking in an interview with the Evening Standard, saying that he has to sell his home. Yes, Billy Porter is being affected by the strikes that are currently going on in the entertainment industry, and he's saying that I don't know. So in part, he doesn't know when he's going to go back to work. The life of an artist until you make the F word you type of money, which he hasn't made yet. That he's basically still living check to check. And I don't know why the outlet for this story spelled check with like the QUE, but that's how they spelt it. I don't know. But he also said that he was supposed to be in a new movie on a new television show starting in September, and that none of that is happening. So, I I feel for those that are, you know, the writers and all of the people in the entertainment industry that are on strike, because they're really just fighting for, you know, better pay, better working conditions, and really also the protection from artificial intelligence. And Lay, we talked about this before. I think we're all fighting against artificial intelligence at this point,
Oh, definitely.
because they already took away, you know, when the lottery used to be a person every night on the TV, now it's
Mhm.
automated and it does it itself. But there's got to be somebody that's still in that studio making sure that the balls generate. So,
True.
and don't y'all better not snip that and make it a TikTok. That's all I'm saying. Don't be snipping Tyler. But yeah, I guess they're still on strike. Uh, that's all we want. All we want is a living, affordable wage to be paid, get paid what we deserve, and this is for everybody. I feel like,
Absolutely.
um, of course, you know, safe and healthy, non-toxic working conditions and environments. And I guess now we got to start fighting AI too. So
That's
moving on. Kanye West, maybe that's the reason why Kim left him, because according to reports by the Jasmine brand, shout outs to the Jasmine brand. I didn't even know. See, I'm so far removed from Kanye's life and world that I didn't even know he had a wife now.
I didn't know that either.
So, apparently, there's reports, allegedly, sources close to the couple. I guess they tied the knot back in January, saying that yeah, Ye has a good sense of fashion, and he has these unique and different type of fashion that he wears and shows off. But one source said, and like I said, this is all alleged. Don't come back at me. That he wears these things, but when he takes his clothes off, he stinks. I don't know. I don't know how else to say it. It says
Nice.
that he definitely has a stench when the layers of clothing comes off, and when he's dripping in sweat from head to toe. So, I don't know. I mean, if I had one suggestion, I wish I could show y'all right now. But Kanye, Ye, Yeezy, whatever we're calling you, go to your local drugstore and forget the clinical 24, 74, 72 hours. Forget that. All you got to do is buy the blue, and it's the extended one, not the little small size, but the big, long, like girthy one, and get the secret deodorant. I'm telling you, deodorant that is designed for women. Yay, you listening? It makes a difference. Don't be using Old Spice. Stay far away from the Axe. That was high school, middle school. But I'm telling you, yay, all you got to do, I'm talking to you like we cool. You got to get the secret deodorant. So if y'all want to tweet Kanye, if he's on Twitter, I don't know. Just don't tweet Elon Musk, but go ahead and tweet Kanye and tell him your boy from Detroit said use secret deodorants. That's all I got. It works for me. And every time somebody comes up to me or is talking to me, you smell so good. What are you wearing? It's secret. And now it's not a secret. So this isn't a paid endorsement either. I know it's Saturday, y'all. Let me just live my life. Wayne Brady, I didn't really know who that was at first, but we're going to talk about him briefly. And I want to talk about him because he just recently came out as pansexual, but there's something more that I want to talk about with this story. So obviously he hosts Let's Make a Deal for those that sit up watching game shows because your boy don't have time to watch TV. He basically said that he's pansexual. And for those of you that may not be familiar with the terminology, meaning that he is attracted to people regardless of their sex or gender. And then he poked fun at it a little bit. He said, basically think of it as bisexual with an open mind. But he's pan. And he said that, after the death of Robin Williams back in 2014, that's when he really was truly impacted on and really began his journey of self-discovery. But Lay, pictured in this article from People magazine was Wayne Brady's ex, who is a female, Mandy Takita, and their daughter, Maylee, I believe, and then Mandy's new partner, Jason Fordham. So they all live together, and they're currently, your face says it all. The family is currently filming a reality series about their blended family, which is going to be which is set to premiere on Hulu next year. And Takeda and Fordham, they welcomed their own baby in 2021, and Wayne Brady is considered the co-parent. So I think this just takes us back to what we were just talking about, open relationships. I'm confused. I need a nice glass of water.
Yes.
So yeah, blended families. Layy, well, I ain't living with my ex and my current. That's not happening. I don't care how big that mansion is. Nope. All right, so real quick, congratulations to Ciara and her husband, Russell Wilson. They're leveling up their family with, yes, a baby. And I always love babies. Baby news makes me happy, almost as much as Starbucks. But yeah, she announced on Instagram. I know I'm on a roll. What can I say? She announced on Instagram, she posted a video of her growing baby bump as she danced in front of a pool, and it was captioned, "You look at me like that again, we make another kid. You my heart, I'm your rib." So I think the little caption could have been cuter. I liked the beginning, but then like mentioning a rib, I'm not thinking like life and body parts and being together with forever with each other. I'm thinking like,
Tyler, you don't know the reference with the rib. It's a religion.
No, I'm like, are we talking about?
Okay, let me explain it.
Are we talking about the McRib from Nasty McDonald's? Because yeah, educate me.
Listen to me.
Level up.
In Genesis, Adam and Eve. This is an Adam and Eve thing.
What's the verse? Because you know I'm becoming more spiritual, so let me write this down.
Well, I don't have it off.
If you can send it to me later.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll text it to you later.
Okay.
Basically, in the story, God takes the man's rib. He takes Adam's rib, and he creates Eve. So, like that story, and that's like very loose, but like that's why it's woman. So, like he took the rib and created a woman from her rib. So that's why the reference of "that's my rib." That's it.
See, okay. That's why I have Layy to educate me. Wow.
Yes.
I sounded so foolish, so I apologize. No offense. I'm learning. Lay's gonna send it.
It's okay.
To me.
It's really okay.
It's all good. That's how I got an amazing co-host.
Yes. So that's why that was so cute. So then
that's actually really, really cute.
Yes.
I love it. See, when you're rambling and you don't know what you're talking about.
I've done that more than once. You
actually are like, oh.
That's actually cute when you know. When you know, you know. So you're all good.
All right. So this next one, it's so funny because Layy and I can relate to this one. Hollywood Unlocked did a story on Beyoncé fans being upset because she sold listening only tickets. So let me tell you, I get a text. I'm at work. Lay's at work. I get a text and it's like, Tyler. And I think to myself, yes, what's going on? And I'm like, what's she about to say? And Layy goes, let's go see Beyonce. And this is the day of the show. I said, all right, let's find these tickets. And we're scrolling through Ticketmaster, looking at the tickets, and there's these tickets, and we're like, oh, we want to go, we ain't trying to drop millions, but like, it's Beyonce, she's in the city. Yes. So we buy our tickets. They say listening only. And I'm like, all right, well, at least if we can't see the show, we'll get to hear her voice, and
Or we really didn't think it was gonna be that bad of a view, though. We were like, oh, it's probably just like a poll, like it's fine.
So, as y'all may have seen people complaining online, because that's what people do, Beyonce did definitely make us wait. Was it worth the wait? Abso-freaking-lutely. But we did wait a while. My only suggestion is that the music could have been a little bit louder. It could have been a little bit more bumping.
There was none.
Oh, it was faint.
Before, what music did you hear?
Before you got there? Yeah. Remember, mind you, Layy showed up real closer to the show. Yeah, I was there.
He got there like 6:30. I didn't pull up until about 8:39. Like, I was late.
So, rightfully so. You knew that she was going to make us wait.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the music could have been a little bit better. But this story, basically, fans are upset because she offered the listening only tickets, which we bought.
We did buy.
But
listening only.
I'm going to let Layy tell y'all what we ended up doing and where we ended up in what section, because we did not end up in the listening only seats, FYI.
Gosh, I feel so exposed. I feel so naked. But so this is what happened. So I did text Tyler. We ended up getting those tickets because my coworker actually sent me those tickets and we're like, just get these because I'm actually going to see her again in a different city. But I just like, she's here. I feel like it's supposed to happen. My work schedule, I can never do anything. Ty's work schedule is like we can never align. So I just feel like everything was fate, right? So we get these tickets. I'm like, well, it's just listening only. I'm sure it'll just be like a poll or something. And my coworker's like, yeah, it's not going to be that bad. Like, I bought obstructed seats before and we could literally still see everything. It was like literally like this line. And I was like, okay, we're fine. Baby. Ty pulls up to the theater, sends me a picture, and I can feel his disappointment because literally you're not going to be able to see anything. They built this VIP section only in the middle of the floor, or like in the back, like right in front of the section that's right in front of the section, or like the listen only. Like it's like this big black thing that's in the air. So it's like zigzag stairs like this, or like an elevator type of thing. Like it elevates it in the air, and then it's like this black booth where people can go up the stairs and watch the concert. And it's like I'm guessing like they have like Jay-Z's Champagne Aces was in there, so it was like a very, I'm assuming it must have been execs, I don't know, but it was like you couldn't see anything. Okay, like you couldn't see any, you could barely see the screen. Like where we were sitting, we could barely see the screen. So I'm like, Ty, it's okay, I promise we'll figure something out. We just need to get in the building and everything else will work itself out. So literally I get there. I'm like, Tyler, get up. We gotta walk around. I can't believe I'm saying this. So we walk around and we're trying to peep out the scene, see what security's like, okay, you know. So there's this section. Eventually we find like this section where there's a bunch of people trying to get in the section. But they were like trying to check tickets, but it was a bunch of people and only one person. So I'm like, I literally, what did I say to you, Ty? I'm like, Ty, go down right now. So we go down into the section. We get in the section. And I'm like, okay. So we're kind of just looking to see what the seats look like. Because we had looked on Ticketmaster. You can look on Ticketmaster and see like what seats are empty. Sometimes they tell you the seat number. Sometimes they just tell you the row. And like how many tickets you can buy in the row that are next to each other. So this particular seats, we found some seats. But then these two girls ended up coming. And so we were like, okay. But there was 2 seats, like 3 rows in front of the seats that we were sitting in. And they were like, well, why don't y'all just sit down there? And then, you know, if something happens, y'all can just stand up here with us. Like, we'll make it work. Either way, y'all be with us. So I'm like, okay, they were really sweet. Did like a little TikTok with them. And we sat in these 2 seats. And we got to sit there literally before the concert started, all the way until the end. We had no problems with security. We had no issue. Like, everything was perfect. And this was our view, y'all. It was so perfect. We were like, we were so happy. It was like we had the best view. We had the best people around us. We had so much fun. Like, it was literally like we were supposed to be there. So that was my little finesse. I'm not proud. Don't do that. I don't suggest doing that for every concert that you go to, because you don't want to go to a concert and have to gamble. You want to know that you have a seat, that you're going to get a good seat and everything else. So I think if you're okay, like you're okay with just being in the building, but I will say you want to see Beyonce. You don't want to just listen to her. You want to see her. And those obstructed are obstructed. You can't see anything.
Nothing.
No.
And then don't down your drinks, because when you're not sitting in your correct seats, and then you got to run up the flight of stairs, and then you got to go to the bathroom, and you got to be quick, and you got to be dodging them staff at the arena or the venue. And then I'm telling you, just go right past them. Look what you have, that confidence, know what you're doing. I'm not encouraging this, but if it works for us, it might work for you. And then don't make eye contact. Just run to the bathroom, run back down them stairs, and pray to God that nobody stops you.
Yes.
But Beyonce, I still feel like I'm at the concert. Just such a great time. Real quick, this weekend's rundown, since we are talking way too much. That's what we do. Happy Saturday. There's a lot going on in and around Metro Detroit, as always. So real quick, there will be a Barbie truck tour selling merchandise. We're keeping along with the Barbie theme. You can check our website for all the details, tyandlaystake.com. But that's going to be happening at 12 Oaks in Novi, as well as on Sunday at Fairlane Town Center in Dearborn. So we're posting all up on the website, so you guys can find some things to do this weekend. There's a Ribs and Music Festival happening in Hart Plaza. Music vendors, be sure to go check them out. Ice Cube is in the building in downtown Pontiac on later today, or today now through the rest of the evening. And then, of course, Hazel Park Pride happening on Sunday. So much to do, a lot going on. Like I said, we'll post up everything on our social media so that you guys can find something to do if you're looking for date ideas or something to do with the fam. And let's close us out with tie your laces and get motivated.
Yes. Okay. Well, Ty,
I like they did a TikTok where you're reading the prompter, and you're like, there's a news anchor, and then you're reading the prompter, and it starts off real slow, and then it's like, and they just speed up the prompter, and you can barely get your words out. So that was my live attempt. But for Tyspiration, no matter where you are on, let's just read that again. No matter where you are on the pathway of your life, please don't let the pain of an imperfect past hinder the glory of your fabulous future.
I love that. I love that, Ty. That was good.
What you got for us, Lay?
I would just say, for me, my words of wisdom, I would say just follow your gut. Trust your intuition. I think right now I'm in a season where I've been in a season where I did not trust my gut. And I look back and I'm like, I could have avoided so much mess. I could have avoided making the wrong decisions, keeping people in my life. I would have just listened when my gut spoke to me, my spirit spoke. So I would say just trust your discernment, trust your spirit, and know that it has never led me wrong. When I feel something, I could have no evidence of it, nothing. When I feel it, I know that it's real. So I'm encouraging people to tap into that. Don't ignore that. Listen to it and trust it. If you don't want to go left, but your friend's telling you go left, don't go left. Because if you go left, it's going to be a big scary bear down there. And you're going to be like, dang, I should have went right. Because I knew not to go left. I knew. Versus I'd rather you hear about it and thank God you didn't do it than to do it and regret not following your gut. So that is my words of wisdom this week, is to follow your gut this week. Throughout this whole week, trust your intuition, trust your gut. Know that it will never, ever, ever lead you wrong.
Beautiful, as always. Takers, that's going to do it. We've got some weekending, and the weekend means whatever it means for you. So, Lay, as always, we will see you all right back here next weekend, same time, 3 p.m. Eastern, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Threads, MySpace, Find Your Next Roommate.com. I don't know. We are everywhere. So I hope you all have a great weekend. We love you. Do great things. And we'll be right back here next weekend.
Peace.